What's up, guys?
What's up?
I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
And this is the Whiskey Noobs.
Down.
You know when you do silly stuff, I leave it in. Just saying.
I know you do.
Whatever silly stuff you do on camera.
Look.
Alright, so guys, here's what's going on. If you've seen our previous videos, we were sent some samples from JJ at
Jam Jar Bourbon Jam
over on Instagram. And she sent us some samples, and she sent them to us blind. And that's really the coolest part to me is that they're blind.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
So Sean and I do not know what they are. We have gone through 3.
Yes.
If you have not seen those 3, go back and check them out. If you're strapped for time, check out Sample C. It is hilarious. It may be the most laughs we've ever had.
My ribs were sore for 2 days. Worse than the monkey shoulder. There's some stuff going on. There's some stuff going on.
I can't get belly button. Oh, I can't get belly button jam out of my mind.
JJ, you have officially broken us. We're broken. Like, just on
Oh,
the nose.
just keep going back. It's
Just
like one of those things where like, alright, so the only way out, it's the same as like putting your finger in your belly button. You just have to keep smelling it.
I don't know if I can get past the nose. That's all I would need is just a little. No, and I mean I've never ever.
So we are on sample D. So this is number D.
Dum.
And JJ sends the coolest sample jars.
She does.
I mean, I think it fits her really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that was planned, but.
We are trying it in some different glasses tonight.
Sean's pretty proud of his glasses.
Chris suggested that we use the glasses.
Oh, I asked. I said, "Did you bring yours?" Because these things are really nice. But these are this is unpaid sponsorship
Yes.
video. But these are the Denver and Liley
bourbon
glasses.
Yeah.
They weigh so Forrest Gump. Jenny. Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get.
He's still going with it.
I'm sorry. Alright, well let's give this a sniff. See what we got in the glass here.
Mm-hmm.
This
Now,
smells delicious
it
on
does.
the nose.
And there's a smell as I smell it the second time. It's got a little rye smell to it.
I'm getting cherries off this one too.
Are you? Mm-hmm. I'm getting a little caramelly, not the dark buttery caramel, but like a sweet caramel.
All right, so just based off the nose, my expectations are really high
Yeah, it's light.
because
It's light. It's got a lighter nose to me. In other words, doesn't have the leathers,
I'm not getting any heat.
no
Like,
heat.
There's no heat. There's no heat
No.
in this. So if it is proofy,
Yeah, no, I'm not getting.
then there's a
heat
lot of
either.
other stuff covering it up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know we're spending a lot more time on the nosing of this one than we probably normally would.
But this is an interesting nose.
Yes.
I'm
So-
enjoying it.
I guess if I had to give it, so I'll tell you what I know I'm
Yes.
getting. I know I'm getting the regular bourbon nose. So I know I'm getting vanilla. I know I'm getting caramel. I know I'm getting a little bit of cherry in there.
Yeah, and I can smell the
Maybe a
oats,
little bit of
course,
wood.
too,
But there is something in this that I know I've smelled before in a whiskey
that you just can't place.
that I
That's
just can't
what
place it.
Yeah, that was that familiar smell when I was like, this is familiar.
All right, well, let's try
Let's
it.
do it.
Ooh, I got Coca-Cola off
I
of
got
it.
coffee and Coca-Cola. That
Ooh.
the finish is like very.
Ooh, that's like a cherry Coke.
Yeah, I'm getting more like a sweeter coffee off of it. But yeah, I can see
if
where
I'm
you're
getting
cherry
coffee,
Coke.
it's like I'm getting like a hazelnut
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah, it's but I definitely see the cherry Coke, but I'm gonna stick with my coffee because that's what came to mind. I'm getting a little a coffee finish. I'm gonna need to taste it again to get the front because there was a lot going on in the front.
See, now I'm getting hazelnut, but when like the first swig was like that. First thought was Coke. I've never gotten Coke from whiskey.
Yeah.
And I've never, ever
I haven't either.
had Jack and Coke. So I don't even know what that tastes like.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, that was Coca-Cola. Like,
yeah, that nose on that is just, that is good. That's some.
Oh, it's got a little bit of a tingle to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just got like
it's got a good finish.
It's got
like
I'm getting good feels from it.
I'm still getting a good finish from that. Like it's lasting for a while.
JJ, did you give us like your least favorites first, and then like the ones you like at the end?
All the good ones.
Like mess with us right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And then give us the good ones here at the end.
She did say #sorry not sorry.
yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check another trial.
I'm gonna chew. So JJ planted something in my head, and she said, "Do we ever get a like?" She didn't know how to explain it. She said, the way she explains it is chewy
Whiskey.
So I said, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but chewy to us is kind of like something that has a really good mouthfeel to it, and kind of oily and kind of sticks to the palate. Is that what you think?
That you gotta break through the flavors. Yes,
but it's kind of clingy.
Yeah,
like it clings.
Yep. That's how I would interpret it. Chewy.
Right.
Did she clarify on her?
Well, she kind of did, and I think we're on the same page.
Okay.
When I was explaining it, she seemed like she was in agreement with me. But this is. I wouldn't call this one chewy, and I don't think this one's really clinging.
Mm-mm.
This is just like I'm gonna chew this one. I'm gonna swish it around a little bit.
I just chewed this one, so I want to hear what you say. I'll tell you what I think, and then you can tell me what you think. But
all right, this is what happened when I chewed it.
Mm-hmm.
It got young.
It did. So I tasted a very rye, botanical on the front.
Yep.
It tasted very young, but it still had that slow burn finish of the coffee, and it's got a little bit of bitter to it at the same time. It not a bad bitter, but in the front, it was just that's where it gets kind of natural.
It's really weird. So when I just kind of drink it normally, and I kind of chew whiskey a little bit, even when I'm just normally drinking.
I do too. Yeah.
So I chewed it a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. And I got like cherry Coke, hazelnut coffee, right? But really delicious, like a really good sipper. Mm-hmm. When I just chewed it pretty good right there, got it all around, the first note I got was rye for like a fraction of a second.
Same.
Then I got like, I'm a craft.
Ooh, right in the middle.
Yeah. And then it was, and it's hard to explain. Craft to me is a little funky. It tastes a little young. It's kind of like, grassy is a note that I think. Like, sweet grass?
That's exactly what I get from it.
So I get like sweet grass from it.
Yep, it gets like a grassy taste.
And then the coffee bitter notes kick in. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting, once I chew it, I'm getting nothing but coffee notes on the finish.
Yep. And it takes away some of that sweet and stuff like that, yeah.
Oh, man. The thing is, though.
That's got a good nose.
So the moment I plant craft in my head, I know I'm biased, I immediately go like, I don't like this. Because I've been burned by some craft whiskeys.
One particularly,
I've been burned by some of JJ's craft whiskeys that she's sent us samples of.
The other two were okay.
They were okay, but one of them burned me. Okay, all right.
That's what I'm going for.
Look, I'm telling you, people, I'm so confused by this one. I don't know. I'm just gonna make it.
And if you are a craft whiskey, with what I just said, that should be a compliment.
What would you pay for it? I would pay you to not give it to me.
Right.
Like one of them made me question my decision to drink.
This is nothing like that.
This is good.
I'm enjoying
this. Is really good. I'm enjoying this a lot.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. Quite match
the nose is certainly better than the taste.
It is. And there's a couple I can think of that have a nose that I could sniff all day long, but when I come to taste them, they're okay. But the taste on this is still good.
All right, so I'll go first.
Okay.
So the nose is incredible.
Yeah.
It's all the normal bourbon nosing notes, which is funny because I don't think it's a bourbon, but it's got the vanilla, it's got the caramel, it's got the cherry right on the nose. A little bit of wood. No heat in the nose. On the palate, I'm getting the cherry Coke. When I just sip it, like if I was just sipping this is cherry Coke and hazelnut coffee. I don't, if I'm chewing whiskey, so it's going to be different. Like if me and you were drinking whiskey and I'm chewing this, I probably wouldn't get the cherry Coke as much as I would get the coffee notes and the spice, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to guess proof. Proof on this, I'd be really surprised. I'm going to say 40 to 43%.
Okay.
So 80 to 86 proof.
Okay.
Age, I'm going to say this is... I've kind of been cheating and saying less than 4 years. That's kind of a broader range. I'm going to say this is less than 3 years.
You want to put a specific
I think it's
year
less
on
than
it?
3 years. I think it's 3 years or younger.
Okay.
And I mean, we never know. Sometimes they just put on, at least 24. Yeah. So I'm going to say less than 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be really surprised if this wasn't a craft. Now, the 3 we've had up to this point have been craft, so that kind of leads to that.
Yeah.
But it's also just the flavor. Like, if I was just going off the taste, I would say this is a craft. We'll save the what would I pay and would I buy it again until after you're done.
Okay.
So give us your notes. What are you picking up from it?
All right. So on the nose, I've got some light sugars, some caramel, but not the dark buttery caramel, but more just a light sugary caramel.
Okay.
So
you're thinking like caramelized sugar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, creme brulee, I guess you'd say then.
Okay.
Yeah. I also got a little hint of medicine in there. Some of that, that botanical smell.
That didn't last for me.
No, it was at the very end. It was very, very slight at the very end.
It's faint, but
yeah.
yes.
And I'm getting a lot of the lighter notes of a bourbon. I'm not getting the heavier notes of a bourbon. So like if you divide it in half and you get the lighter and the heavier, I'm getting a little bit of the cherries, tiny bit of the cherries, but a lighter cherries.
See, and this is where we would disagree. If they call this bourbon, I think they're wrong.
Yeah, and I think it's on the verge of being a bourbon, maybe a craft bourbon, but that's just me. And then when on the flavor notes, on the front, I'm getting some of what I get on the nose, but I get a big burst of rye. I get a big burst of just that fresh, and I said it earlier, that grassy botanical taste. The middle, it transitions really quick into that coffee, kind of a bitter, but kind of a hazelnut, as you were saying. Yeah. I don't get the Coca-Cola cherry as much. Coffee. No, it's not black coffee. No, it's a lighter roasted coffee and everything. So that's what I'm getting. It's got a long finish to it. So what am I saying on the age statement? I'm going to agree with you that it's less than 3 years.
Okay.
I'm going to say as young as 2 years. Okay. Is what I'm going to say.
Proof.
Proof. I'm going to say 90 proof.
So you think it's 45%?
I do. I think it's a 45%.
I don't think it's that high. It could be that.
I'm standing firm with a 90 proof. Like, okay, I'm not going to go anything
45.
Close.
You think it's 45% 90 proof? I think it's 80 to 86.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So the other two, what would we pay and would we buy it again?
Yeah, you can go first. What would you pay for this?
I would pay. See, I'm always torn between what I would pay and what I think based on the taste.
We'll do both. What do you think?
Yeah,
it would go for.
I would say $30 is a fair price for this.
Okay.
I would say that it's probably listed for $50.
Okay,
is what I'm saying. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I think I would. Okay. I think it would be something that I would keep, and it's interesting.
You would pay what for it?
$30.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think that this bottle is probably in the $40 to $50 range.
Okay.
And would I buy it again at $40 to $50?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Would I buy it for $25 to $30?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that price to tast right there, that's a sweet spot for me. $30.
Yeah, because when you start talking, the $40 to $50 range, there's a lot of good whiskey you can get for that. I really do think this is really good.
I agree. Yeah, I'm glad we tried it. It's
the first time I've ever gotten cherry Coke.
Yeah, I mean, I would live with this. This is the second one. B, remember B with the very distinct flavors. I said I would buy it again. I would buy this one again too.
Well, let's find out what was in sample jar D, number D.
It is Hillrock Solera aged bourbon whiskey.
Solera.
What does that even mean?
All right. So Solera. All right. So Solera is a really cool process. All right. So Solera, you have a giant vat. I mean, I'm talking like huge vat. My wife can probably tell us exactly how many gallons their vat is. But a Solera aged is you have this giant vat, and all the whiskey goes into it, right? Mm-hmm. And then what happens is that never really truly, my understanding is, never truly gets emptied.
Yeah.
And so it's constantly being filled and emptied, filled.
It's an infinity vat.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's an infinity vat. Oh, look at that.
So.
Oh, wow.
So, technically, you could get whiskey in your whiskey that's much older than the whiskey that was that recently added.
Yeah.
So you could be getting a little bit of like these folks sound more like a startup or a craft, or I don't know. For all I know, they've been around for 20 years, but they're smaller.
Yeah.
Right? What are you saying? You're nodding your head.
So it looks like they've been around since the 1930s.
Wow. What was the name of this place?
The Hillrock Solera aged bourbon whiskey from Hillrock Estate Distillery.
Where's this at?
New York.
Okay, another New
So
York.
they've
Okay,
been around
that's
since,
cool.
It looks like they've been around since the Prohibition times.
Nice.
So the current age of Hillrock Solera aged bourbon is over 6 years.
Ooh.
There could be some stuff in there that's.
So this is a bourbon. We can't do a mash bill if it's.
Does it have mash bill? No.
It says that it is approximately 37% rye.
And
I
no
was close
barley?
at the 40.
No barley.
No
From what I
barley.
can find, and I was searching.
Oh, I said 40%.
Is there something in the Solera process that gives it that funk?
Oh no.
So you guys kept saying something familiar.
Yeah.
Did you guys smell butterscotch?
Yes. That's what it was.
Was that it?
It might have
the
been.
candies
Because
from
I said that was the light
Starbucks?
caramel. I
You
think
did?
maybe that I.
But more specifically, we've gotten that note in another whiskey, and I just
Yeah.
can't think of what whiskey it is that we've gotten.
We have.
So,
We've talked about butterscotch
sweet,
before.
Slightly spicy from the rye, with notes of brown sugar, maple syrup, rock candy, and toffee.
Okay,
So
so
the
it's
toffee's
a
where I'm
yeah.
getting hazelnut.
Spicy
hazelnutty.
notes from clove and cinnamon.
Getting the
well
spicy
balanced.
from the rye.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, well balanced with roasted corn, toast, and raisin. Sherry finishing
Wait.
adds.
Roasted corn?
It says well balanced roasted corn.
Now, is that a tasty note or is that a
Toast and
sauce
raisin.
note?
That's a tasty note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sherry finishing
Ooh.
adds flavor of walnut, fig, and candied fruit.
It's the sherry.
Finish is a medium long with notes of sweet caramel
It is a
and
medium long.
butterscotch.
Yep, that's that medium long in the caramel and butterscotch.
Yeah, I don't agree with the finish because I'm getting more bitter tones on the
But
finish.
you know what? Here's the thing: caramel and butterscotch, with the way it's cooked, it can be bitter. Like
Sure.
it can be. It's basically charred
So
butter.
we
and
were
sugar,
we were
You hit some of the tasting notes.
somewhat kind of right on the craft point,
Yeah.
just because they are probably a smaller distiller and probably a little more unique distiller.
and I don't know if they've been running full
we were
throttle
wrong.
since the 30s.
We were wrong on the age statement,
Yeah, we were. By half.
which is interesting.
Yep.
And proof, we're waiting.
92.6.
I said 90.
Wow, so you were closer on that. Wow, I was really off on that. So here's what I'll say. That means that this is really smooth
Yeah.
because
This
the
is
alcohol,
Yeah.
the alcohol
the
doesn't
bottle,
hit it.
The
Yeah.
bottle is gorgeous without showing
Oh.
you the price.
Oh, I think
Very
pretty
pretty
bottle.
bottle.
And I think JJ
Solera.
may have posted that bottle with a tasting at one point in time. But
Yep.
yeah, that
Very
is a
pretty.
cool bottle.
Yeah.
Classic bottle.
I agree.
All right, so how much is it?
Price.
Yeah.
On
can you
Caskers.
Find us a bottle. And make sure it's a 750 milliliter.
It is 750 milliliter, $93.99 on Caskers.
On Caskers. Wow.
And on their website, anywhere from 90 to 100.
Woo. Wow. Thank you, JJ.
Yes.
That's
Wow.
This
Well,
bourbon has earned a lot of recognition.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I can see why.
It's good.
It's got complexities in there, and
It's
like
good.
We both said we'd buy it again. You know,
We would buy it again. Would
So-
I pay $93 for it?
I mean,
No.
you got to understand our sweet spot is in the 50 to 70.
I-
you know, so
Well, it's not even that.
Yeah,
I will.
that's-
I'll pay $100 for a really good bottle. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Hillrock. What was the rest of it, honey? There.
Hillrock Solera aged bourbon
Hillrock.
from Hillrock Estate Distillery. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
no,
It was good stuff.
It was.
I can't in good conscience tell you based off of my preferences that I would pay that much for it.
I mean, we're
but-
whiskey noobs, guys.
but,
I'm gonna be honest.
You know,
I
if
mean,
you're
that's-
looking for cherry Coke
yep,
with the hazelnut finish, then maybe this is a good one.
yeah,
So,
and I'm sure they have batches of it too. So I'm sure.
well, with the Solera age, it's constantly
process,
changing.
yep. And who knows what you get when you purchase it. So I mean, that's the kind of cool part about it as well. So yeah, I enjoyed the journey of this particular one.
No, it definitely made up for C.
it
Yep.
did.
So thank you, JJ.
Yep, thank you
And,
so much.
so yeah, if you're not following JJ at Jam Jar Bourbon Jam over on Instagram, go give her a follow.
Yep.
Thanks so much again. Folks, if you would leave us a comment on this video and just let us know maybe a whiskey that you think we should try in the future, That'd be great.
Yep.
Any suggestions are always welcome. Any feedback is always welcome. If you will please, Sean, can you give us... If you'll ring the notification bell, we really appreciate that. Please subscribe. We're still trying to grow here on YouTube. We really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
We're the Whiskey Noobs. We have nothing in our glass, but
cheers.
Cheers till next time.